Simon, how's the team feeling following the defeat today?
We're disappointed. I think it was a tough game. The conditions, I don't know whether you could tell from up here, the conditions were very poor. The pitch, it was difficult at times to turn, and I thought, to be honest, in spells, I thought we played some good stuff on a really poor pitch. But I think if you look to, the previous game where we got beat by Buxton, and today, for me, it's probably silly mistakes that's costing us the goals. And I think if you cut those out and the game's 0-0, I think you've always got a chance of getting something, especially today when you're away from home.
What was your view of the back pass and the goal?
Me personally, where I was still on the pitch, it looked quite clear that Joe had passed it back. But obviously John thought their lad had turned it back to him, and obviously that's why he picked it up, otherwise he wouldn't have done that. It's one of those things. John's held his hand up, and it's one of them things, and could we have defended it better? We thought that the referee had took our wall back too far, more than 10 yards, but it's one of them. If you concede a situation like that, they've got a great chance of putting it away, haven't they?
What were your thoughts of the red card?
I thought it was a bit daft, to be honest, from the referee, especially towards the end of the game. There was a few things where I thought he let it happen, and then he pulled us up for it, like throw-ins. We take him too far forward. Well, tell us before we took them, and I think he could have done that with a free kick. I don't think there was any need for it. But another sort of daft mistake that puts us on the back foot a bit. But like I say, John's held his hand up, and look how many times he's saved us, and will continue to save us. He's a great keeper, we all know that, and he'll come back from really two just misjudges of error, really.
But the red card, we were saying that it happens so many times during a game. Everybody seems to do it. Why do you think he booked that particular incident?
Yeah, I don't know. I think sometimes referees get a bee in the bonnet, don't they, with certain players if they've had a bit of a go at them at certain times in the game, and maybe it was a case of that. I don't know. Maybe from the first thing that happened in the first half with the free kick, maybe John had a pop at him for it, and referees don't forget things. And
for all the huffing and puffing from the team in the second half, Leeson has just said he felt that it was one of them games where you're just never going to score. Does it feel like that when you're on the pitch?
I think, I can't really disagree too much with that. I think we got into some great areas. I thought predominantly it was us in the second half who had all the pressure, but that final ball, of which we did get a few decent balls into the box, we didn't seem to read where it was going to be. We didn't seem to take a gamble across the near post, and balls obviously came in the box and they seemed to clear them. And then I thought in the game there was a couple of things where it dropped in the box and it ricocheted off them straight into their keeper's hands, where another day it drops to you, you tap it in. So it was just one of them days, but we can't keep saying it's one of them days. We said that after Saturday. It's happened twice now, and we've got to make sure we bounce back on Boxing Day.
It's a perfect opportunity to bounce back into a derby against Grantham.
Definitely, yeah. It's a big game. All footballers like playing on Boxing Day, and hopefully we get a decent crowd at home and we can show what we're about, because I think the last two games, we've made these daft mistakes, but if we want to be anywhere this season, we've got to come to a place like Whitby or home to Buxton and beat them. That's what we've got to do.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.